It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can ask me throughout the season what my favorite track is, and it's here this weekend, Michigan. Just really enjoy the racing here. You know, you can run 2-3 wide in a downforce car with plenty of room to race. So I think that it bodes well for fans that really see good side-by-side racing on a big racetrack. So a lot of strategy involved and kind of a semi-technical type of racetrack. And we normally always have green flag pit stops here, which I enjoy doing green flag pit stops. So I think the double file restart's also going to be a little more exciting when we get those caution flags. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. Well, after spending a year on this car, 2 years, now 3, we've gotten the car pretty damn competitive. We're putting on some pretty damn good races out on the racetrack. I don't think anybody can argue that. The thing about it is everybody feels like this car is a piece of crap because that's the way we began life with it. We hate it. Kyle Busch gets out of the thing and says, I hate this thing. It's the worst car I've driven. Well, all that's changed.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the marquee events, I think, on the Cup Series schedule, just due to the fact that it's very close to Detroit and all the things that are going on behind the scenes with auto manufacturers, because there's quite a bit of bragging rights that you feel like you win here and that you get to carry on through into the next race or even through into next year. And so we're always pushing hard to get Dodge into victory lane, and it's that much more special out here at Michigan Speedway. Yeah, the biggest thing is just to utilize the practice time in the best way that you can. With limited testing this year, when we show up at all these racetracks, I feel like the best procedure is to knock out a few odds and ends items that you wouldn't normally run at a specific racetrack. But like Michigan, we're going to try this or try that, then settle in to our normal changes that we would work on with the Miller Lite Dodge and try to get the car dialed in the low lane, try to get it dialed in on the high lane. There's so many lanes to choose from here at this racetrack that they handle differently. And so you're just keeping an overall perspective on how to work through practice, trying to finesse different changes, the big ones in the beginning, then get into smaller changes towards the end of practice and fine-tune it.
Here, the Cup car, we got a lot of work to do. We're seemingly not being able to run as well as we'd like, and especially Pocono, we all knew that it was coming, but felt like we had a decent run going, and then we had to stop for fuel. So just the fuel issue there, relegated us to a 22nd place finish or whatever it was. But hopefully this time around at Michigan we can have a good run like last fall, finish second. So look forward to it. Really made me think about it, but in the end I'm kind of like, you know what? No, I don't regret it. I thought it was fun. While doing it was fun. And, I've had, there was only one comment that I've had this past week to my face that was any different than in support. And it just was like, hey, don't go out and break any more guitars. From a fan in Berlin, Michigan. We were up there for the late model race, but everybody else out there, 99.99% of them were for it. They thought it was great. I'm not going to speak on behalf of JD, but I believe he told me he thought it was cool and that his kids were blown away by it. Like, they thought it was awesome. So, it was fun, and a lot of people enjoyed it, thought it was different. Sport's not so vanilla. A lot of people hated it, and, I guess those are the ones with 88s tattooed on their arm. I knew Tony and Ryan were going to be threats to win every single week. So, Tony didn't go over there without knowing what he had. He was smart about it. He was very smart about it. He picked my brain some about the Hendrick side of things, and I knew once he started talking with Rick and started getting people from Rick that it was it was really going to be you know, a good team, and that he was going to have a lot of right people in the right places. And so he did it right, and obviously it's shown, it's paying off. And, you know, it's the first time he's led the points this early in the season, so who knows what will happen here the rest of the way.
No, it's hard because you never know, you know, what's going to happen. And but this place, it seems like the bigger the tracks, the more the fuel mileage always comes into play. But there's no guarantee that you're going to get in a fuel mileage race. So, you know, you just go out and you try to get your balance as good as you can. You try to make your car as fast as you can. And then if you get in that situation at the end, you kind of adjust your strategy from there. Well, I mean, I think we got just as good a shot as anybody else. I mean, you don't get to the lead in the points by not doing things the right way. So, especially at this part of the year, I mean, you might get lucky the first couple weeks maybe and get some things go your way, but to do it at this part of the season, I mean, we've had to do things consistent to get ourselves in this position. So I feel like we've got a shot. But, you know, I think when Alan was running was when I was kind of in the middle of my stint with USAC, so I really wasn't as in tune with what was going on in NASCAR at that time as I was with what was going on open wheel racing wise. But it's you know, it's just a different time, a different era, but it's still cool to know how much respect everybody had for Alan because he was an owner driver, and you know, how much respect people have shown us because of the same thing. Oh, he's been a huge role. You know, the thing about Darian is just so even keeled and even tempered that it's hard to get him off center from that standpoint, and I think that's been a key factor in keeping me real calm all year. I mean, no matter what happens, he just keeps a level head about it, and it's kind of one of those situations that I think I feed off of him. So when he's calm, I'm calm, and it's kind of been that way all season for us. So, but you know, the thing that got us started with Darian was actually Rick Hendrick. I mean, Rick came and said, "Hey, I think I got a guy that would be a perfect fit for you," and that shows you the level of commitment that Rick Hendrick has given Stewart Haas Racing this year, and you know, helping us find key people like Darian and Tony Gibson and you know, Bobby Hutchins. So you know, we really rely a lot on Rick and his opinions and input.
This is NASCAR Newscast Weekend Preview Edition. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series heads to the Michigan International Speedway this weekend for Sunday's LifeLock 400, race number 15 of the 2009 season. The high-speed 2-mile oval is known for its wide layout and tight competition, and Carl Edwards, a two-time Michigan winner, looking forward to trying to score his third career win at the track on Sunday.
Michigan's fun. I mean, it's right in Ford Motor Company's backyard, Roush Industries' backyard, so I like going there. The track's fun. The atmosphere is fun. You know, people talk about fun racetracks to camp at and fun racetracks for the fans. Michigan's got to be right up there at the top with, you know, with places like Talladega and Texas. I mean, it's a cool place.
Casey Kane went to victory lane at Michigan back in 2006, and the Richard Petty Motorsports driver is hoping to bounce back from a couple of rough outings at the track last season.
There's so much racing room out there. You have to really work on your setup there. I feel like that's one of the tracks that's, you know, really critical on having a good aero package and a really good setup engine-wise too. So, you know, we've won Michigan in the past and ran strong there, and last year it was one of my worst tracks probably on the schedule. So we have a lot of work to do at Michigan this year.
Edwards, who won last August's race at Michigan, leads the drivers to watch this week based on NASCAR's Loop Data driver rating system. In the last 8 races at Michigan, Edwards has compiled a driver rating of 115.7. Jimmy Johnson is next at 106.9, with Matt Kenseth, who has a pair of Michigan Sprint Cup wins to his credit, right behind with a rating of 106.4. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the defending LifeLock 400 winner, and the Michigan weekend includes the Camping World Truck Series in action on Saturday afternoon. This is NASCAR Newscast.